Coming to you with a live today. Want to talk about the three sets that you need to get 5 to 6 figures in funding. I pray that this live is working on your end because I really want to drop something in your spirit. If you're new to this channel, I primarily talk about personal credit, business, how to leverage credit to be able to invest in real estate, getting access to 5 to 6 figures in funding to launch your real estate business. So today, the three sets that you need. So was listening to a podcast, and so I take no credit for coming up with the three sets. Um, it's not that I haven't heard it before, but I love the way the author or the person who explained it put it together. And so I want to share it with you because I definitely know it is key. It has been key for myself, and it's definitely going to be key for you. And so the three sets, the author, or should I say the person who was speaking, listened to a podcast, was Myron Golden. He's considered a biblical business coach. So a lot of his principles in business and marketing has to do, it's based on biblical principles. So he was on the Social Proof podcast. And I don't know if it was the podcast, but it was like a candid conversation that he was having over Instagram Live. And so he was talking about the three sets that you need to be successful. And I thought about, I said these principles are timeless. Like, these principles can be applied to any endeavor that you have. And so I said, you know what? These are timeless principles that, of course, that I know. Like I said, not new to the information, but it was just the way that he put it. And so I said, this can apply to anything, because whenever I'm working with someone, a lot of the success stories that you see on this channel where individuals have gotten, 5 to 6 figures in funding, 50K, 75K, 80K. I don't say this to impress you, but to impress upon you that there's only a certain individual who is going to get, access to that type of funding. Has nothing to do with, I know the first thing you're thinking, well, have they invested in real estate, or they experienced real estate investor? Do they have the perfect credit? Do they have the LLC created? And I'm going to tell you, no. That's why I tell people, when I work with them, they are not funding ready. It is my goal to help them get funding ready, because if a person was just funding ready with just having perfect credit, there are a lot of people with 700 credit scores. I mean, this video is not to talk about if the information here in the marketplace is good or not. But one thing I can say, everyone has a personal credit hustle. Whether they're good, whether they're not, at the end of the day, in 2021, no one should be sitting around with bad credit and derogatories. There's too much stuff at our fingertips. With that being said, if it only took good credit, if it only took perfect credit, my last video talked about that, where people think, can I get funding with bad credit? And so this video is not about that, but it is about the things that you can do and what you should have, or at least work towards, in order to get to the 5 and 6 figures in funding. And that goes into the three sets. Now, the one set that Myron Golden talked about, he talked about mindset. And so what is mindset? It can be a lot of things, but it's the ability to work on your personal growth, whether that is books, whether that is audio, whether that is videos. The reason why you want to work on your mindset is because some people have a limited capacity. What do I mean by that? They truly think that if they are to get more money, they will be able to expand what it is that they want to do. And by all means, that is a strategy that can work. But if a person And this is a hard pill to swallow. Some people aren't ready to get access to 5 to 6 figures in funding. Get that? They're not ready, even if they had the capabilities of getting it. Why is that? Because there are people that I've worked with in the past when I was primarily helping them get improving their personal credit score, and they've gotten the 700, the 750, increased credit lines, the whole nine. And what happens is that when they didn't change what was up here, they find themselves right back into the same situation that they were before. Which is why when I work with people now, I make sure that I at least give them the tools that they need so they don't repeat it. Because the money is easy to get, believe it or not. Getting 50K, 75K in funding is so much easier than trying to get 500 or trying to get 5,000. And this video is not for that, because I know you're wondering, well, how so, Lorelia? But once again, let's stay on track. So the first thing is mindset. Working on your mindset, personal growth, professional growth on a daily basis. Books, audios, videos, whatever is your piece of cake. Number two, mindset alone is not going to do it. You can work on your mindset, and still have an empty bank account. The second set you need to have a skill set. Do you have a skill set that can either create more revenue into your business, whereas you're not shackled to looking for just funding? Once again, I know I help people get funding, but do you have the skill set? Because this is what I tell a lot of my clients. I can help you get the money. There's no problem with that. But now, what are you going to do once you get it? How are you now going to take that 50 and turn it into 200? Now, if the first thing that comes to your mind is, well, Lorelia, don't even worry about what I'm going to do, how I'm going to make it turn into 200K. You show me how to get it to 50. If the first thought that came to your mind, I can tell you right now, you need to work on what I said the first set is, your skill, your mindset. So if that thought automatically came to you, but once again, like I said, sharing with my clients, you have a skill set that with getting this money, can you turn that 50 into 150? Can you turn it into 200,000? Can you now create an asset? Because the whole purpose of what I teach, it goes beyond funding. It's being able to get funding to purchase a real estate asset that is creating cash flow for you. When you couple cash flow along with leveraging debt, it is a win situation. Being able to just use debt or acquire debt and not have a cash flow strategy is the ultimate way to financially castrate yourself. It's a financial castration in the making. But this video is not for that. So let's do a recap. First thing is mindset. Second thing is skill set. Skill set. The third thing is tool set. What type of tools are you working with? Now, once again, taking what it is that he said, but relating it to funding. What type of tools do you have in your business building or real estate building toolbox to help you create what it is that you're looking for? What do I mean by that? Are you still using tactics and strategies? Hey, boss Don P. Are you still using the tools and strategies that are no longer valid in today's world? What do I mean by that? Don't want to call nobody out, but I recently was on a social media platform of mine where a person said, hey, I'm going to give my audience some game. And the game was that they were going to tell people how to build business credit. And what was they telling them? How to get a business gas card. Now, this video is not for that because, of course, I've talked about that many of times. You know what? Congratulations. You have your first business credit card. Woohoo. It came in the mail. You saw your business name on it. And you said, you know what? We are moving on up. And that's great. But that business credit card is not going to help you get to 5 to 6 figures in funding. It's not going to help you get 80K in funding. It's not going to help you to get 100K in funding. So what do I mean about the tool set? Many people are working with outdated tools. They're working with tools and strategies that have been around 15 and 20 years ago. And they're no longer valid in today's world. There's too much technology. With AI, artificial intelligence, financial behaviors, lenders are smarter than that. They're not going to give your newly created LLC with a few gas cards and some net 30 trade lines a $80,000 line of credit just because you're asking. So be very careful when people saying free game, gyms. It's not going to do it. So once again, it's an outdated tool set. So let's do a recap. The 3 sets. When you couple mindset, skill set, along with the right tool set, it is a win-win. My friend, is the formula of how I'm able, because when that's it. That's the formula. Although he was relating it, and when I say he, if you're new to this broadcast, it was Myron Gold, and he was relating it to business, principles and biblical principles or whatever. But once again, those are timeless principles that you can relate to everything. And when I heard him say that, I said, yeah, that is the reason why clients of mine get the success, because I'm able to help them bridge those 3 things together. And my friend, if you are trying to figure this out, we are now in August. September will be the last month in quarter 3. We're going into quarter 4, the final stretch of this year. And if you have not, and I find this it's really sad. There are people who I know I've talked to 2 years ago. They've reached out to me 3 years ago. And because they want to be stubborn, and I get it, it has nothing to do with me, it has to do with them. They don't believe that they will be able to amass what it is what they're looking for. So what happens is that they never take action. And so a lot of these individuals will let years go by thinking that they're going to get a strategy on YouTube on how to get 50 to 100K. I'm here to tell you, there's a ton of ways to get 5,000. There's a ton of ways you can maybe even get 10,000 with some of the information that's shared here on YouTube. But I'm telling you, you're not going to get to 50 to 100K. And I know for some people, they can't even fathom that. Like what I'm saying is so far removed from their reality, because they're just working on trying to get that first 500. And I get it. Everyone has to start somewhere. But you're not going to be able to do it by watching free YouTube videos. So this is what I want to do. I want to share a free case study with you. If you want to learn more about it, go to www.helpmegetbizcredit.com. I'll put the links under this video. And if you are interested in my free game Fridays, I plan to do one tonight. It probably will be later. You can go to www.neverloseadeal.com, and there I'm going to be discussing a case study. I plan to do it tonight, maybe around 9 o'clock, but going to discuss a case study of a client of mine, what we have been able to do and how I'm helping her to, how I've helped her to amass X amount of dollars in funding. And she's working on her first single family home that she plans to rent out, and the cash flow that she is going to generate from there. So once again, this is Lorelia signing off. Wanted to share that with you. That, my friend, if you master those three things and you work towards it, I really think that that is at least, it will get you a step closer to being able to leverage business credit to invest in real estate. So once again, this is Lorelia signing off. Bye-bye.